making is a tarsier duct for the window, the mirror, I mean, that I'm building. You cut around the duct as a whole, the whole thing as a whole. And then the next step, because the beak of the duck is smaller than the head, so the next step would be cutting the whole body of the duck out again without the foot and the wing. And then you put it on here. And then the beak sticks out this way. And then you put the wing and this on. And you can either leave the eye flat or cut out an eye, which is kind of crazy. Or you can embed the eye with a Dremel. Or you can just leave it flat. And that way the duck will look 3D. So when it gets finished, it'll look real nice and it's fast. And these things are actually kind of fun to make. I made a tarsier frog. I made a tarsier frog and a tarsier goose and put it on the lake before, and it turned out real nice. And it was big. This one here is small. The goose probably don't put it that big. Goose is a big one. And so when I get done, it's going to go on top of the mirror, and I'll buy the mirror. I'll check the price of the mirror next when I go to the city, and I'll buy it.
You can get spanked.
Okay. Stop.
Eat it when I run it. Run it.
Run it. Oh yeah, here it is. Just turn it on. And all the duck. You can make very sharp turns with this thing too. You don't want to rush it, or you break your blade. But with this thin, you're not likely to break your blade too easy. The blower has stopped working. I'll have to blow it myself now and then. I'm using this to get the junk off the duck. Paper. Because this is plywood, all of this will be filled in with wood putty stuff.
Done.
So what to do now is line this duck up with this duck, glue them together. Once they're glued together, bada bing, bada bang. First I gotta run them on here, make sure they're both flat and level with each other, and the Dremel will take care of these contours. This thing here actually comes off, but we go through a world of hurt to do it.
Just glue it first before you sander that one, because you never get level. Listen.
The video? It's videoed already? This is the part that makes it the tarsher. To connect those two videos together. Once everything's on and it looks 3D-ish, you can take a Dremel or any kind of moto tool and round off these edges to curve them over. Because this is plywood, but don't curve over the bottom because that's the part that's laid against the bottom. But then because this is plywood, you got gaps in it you got to fill, and it's alright. Okay, this is the duct. The hose has been filled. It's been sanded. The corners has been sanded down. And it will sit. This goes on top of a mirror. All I got to do is paint it. That brown is not a design. It's where I sanded it. It's going to be a white duck with orange feet and a orange bill. It's made like this, so it will sit on top of the mirror like this, like that there, and he will hang over. And hopefully I can take that mirror to America. If I can't take the mirror, I'm going to try to take, because it's glass, if I can't take the glass part of the mirror, I'm going to take the rest of it, because I'm going to make it the top part of the mirror so you can remove the mirror, slide it in and out. Because I cut on the mirror, I cut or the wood rather, not the mirror, I cut these grooves in it on the table saw to accept the glass. And if the glass gets a little bit wider, because this is just the width of the table saw blade, if it's any wider, I'll just take these back with the table saw, scoot it over just a little bit, run it back through again, make the groove a little wider. And if it's a little bit loose, well, that's what silicone's for. And I made this side a little bit thinner than the back side, but if I groove it out again, they'll be pretty much the same size, which I'm thinking I probably will, because it's pretty thin. But I didn't want to groove it out yet, because you can't never tell. Some mirrors are pretty thin. The mirror's 2 foot by 3 foot. I'm gonna get this duct paint. I'll paint this duct tonight white, and I won't paint the back. I'll paint the back of the duct the same color as I paint the mirror, and I only paint the front, the top. I won't even. I don't know how much of the bottom I'll paint, because it's going to be glued. I'll probably paint up here the white, because I don't want to put paint on the bottom of this and then try to glue it to that mirror on the top, and then it'll be paint glued to paint, and if it comes loose, it'll be easy, because it's not wood glued to wood, it's paint glued to paint. And when the paint comes loose, there goes your adhesion, and then the paint's going to be stuck to this, and then the paint's going to be stuck to the mirror, and there'll be no surface. So it has to be wood to wood surface when it's glued on. I wanted to airbrush this duck, but unfortunately I don't have the airbrush colors yet. All the colors that I need, yeah, of course. I went to get white and orange and stuff, and the supplier, the airbrush colors, is out. I only had black and blue. I don't know why the stock is so limited. Maybe a lot of people don't buy it. He ordered some, but it's going to take Lord knows how long to get in. I don't got that kind of time. And I got enamel paint anyway. Good glossy enamel paint, like I painted that table with. It's white, and I've got orange, the same color orange I painted that there with. And then I'll do the black outline with a probably a black marker, and if it don't look good, I'll wipe it off and slap some paint on it, but I'm hoping it will, because I'm clear coating it anyway, so it's not going to come off. I'll clear coat it or top coat it, I've not decided. But later on tonight, I'll go ahead and paint him.
the finished duck he's painted. And he's on the thing. This is actually, I don't think I got a video of my painted duck before. If I did, I can't find it. So this is 2019 duck. When I made that other duck, it was the beginning of the video. The other duck, this duck that I made, that I was making at the beginning of the video, was a couple of years ago. But I never got a finished video. I know I had to got a finished video. That's why I wouldn't. I just can't find it. He's got some sticky tack stuff holding him on. So he won't fall off. So I want to put nails or glue on that. I want to be able to move them around.
That there is the male and female duck. They're not painted good yet. The white's on them. But I did orange on that one with poster paint, and it turned out horrible. So I'm gonna do it with enamel paint, because I forgot that I had some enamel in the back that I was doing touch up with before I repainted the other side a totally different color. I'll use that. And there's a male and a female. The female is the one with a headache. And there they are. These are my ducks. There are two ducks. They're 3D. See the wings? This is a male duck and a female duck with ducklings. You can tell the female duck because she's the one with a headache.
Ôi, everything.
And then the 3 baby ducks down here. 1, it's you, and 3. I had to make his legs a hair short because he was run out of wood. But here's the other ducks. I'm gonna sell them for $1,200. And somebody can have these on the front lawn. Quack, 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 quack.